And welcome back, everyone. Welcome to World Team League 2022 Winter Code S Round 8, Day 3.
Hey! Your brain is so fried, I can tell. I am Light VIP, and with me is AsherBro, the casting cat, in his beautiful flannel shirt. Meow.
I almost said quack.
Yeah, close. Very close.
Meow, indeed. Yes, we are here with Day 3 of World Team League. Of course, we did cast Day 1. We missed out on Day 2, had a little bit of a break due to ANZ champs filling up all of our weekends and our bodies. And now, we're here with Shopify Rebellion versus GGG.
GGG. Beautiful. Look at these German mensch. Lambo and TLO. So handsome.
Yes, they have the schnitzel.
Oh. We have Dream and ByuN, our star players.
Yeah, unfortunately, no Germans here, but of course, we do have the Terran on Terran action. But when it comes to the matchups themselves, we will not be having a mirror until the very end there. So I know you're going to be looking forward to that, Asher. But some pretty solid matchups.
Yeah, we have Dream vs Lambo, so should be expecting to see a bit of proxy 2-rax action.
I hope so. Also want to give a special shout out to J Dolph in the chat. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you enjoyed your stream. I know you were having a cheeky ladder session. There was a little bit of smurging involved, but there's always smurging involved in ladder.
Man, it's just Terran. It's hard work. You have to pretend to enjoy it.
Not me though. I'm sorry. I enjoy everything. As we're getting ready for our first matchup here, Dream versus Lambo, best of 2. Oh, this is a spicy matchup, man.
Yeah, Dream, very aggressive, creative Terran, quite stylistic with his approach, especially to TVZ. Lambo, one that kind of plays things by the book, but also not afraid to mix things up to keep his range balance. So I think it should be a very evenly matched game.
I think so as well. I'm really curious as to the differentiating kind of hexagons going on here. We have Lambo with the higher strategy, which makes sense, but apparently lower defense. I guess it makes sense in ZVP. I can very clearly see that, but interesting how they do diverge.
Yeah, that's right. But here we go. We are spawning in on Data C, and in the bottom left-hand corner is Dream for Good Game Gaming.
And in the top right-hand corner, representing Shopify Rebellion, we have Lambo.
Too much Zerg. Icky.
What do you mean? We got literally 0 Zerg in champs today.
Oh, I told you. 2x.
Let's go. The first SCV is there on location. The second SCV is rushing across the map as well. These Terrans, they are of the like-mindedness. They know, Papi. Asher knows.
Yeah, Dream loves his 2-raxes, but Lambo, well aware of this as well. His first Overlord will be seeing this. But that doesn't mean that it's over by any means.
Yeah, it's only 2-rax. It's not very committed, you know. It's one of those things. This is a macro. I was gonna say, macro opener, Papi, as a third SCV heads on over in this direction.
I think this third SCV might be just to help out with defending these SCVs.
There's a fourth SCV on the way. That's a fourth SCV right on the minimap?
Yeah.
Oh. Explain.
I mean, I feel like this is a pretty drastic response to getting your SCVs pulled on, but I guess since they don't have health, they won't be able to get the bunker up, so Dream really doesn't want to play this one out, even though he is going for the less committed approach.
Yeah, it's 4 SCVs, but only 2 racks is interesting here. As we do see the bunker on the way so far, Lambo has responded quite well, pulling these boys, making sure that the bunker will not finish. One SCV is going to go down, but we have plenty where that came from.
I never really thought about that, but if you pulled a third SCV with a 2-rax, you could maybe trick them into thinking it's a 3-rax and not defending it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
just pull all the boys. Just
we do just see the spider coming out. We see all these drones being pulled down, so a lot of lost mining time here for Lambo. So once these lings are out, he needs to pull the trigger.
Yeah, and there we go. Pull the trigger. He does. He does split off 2 links to take down that building SV. The rest are trying to get a surround on the Marines. So far, great target firing, taking down a lot of these lings, but we have the surround on at least some of the boys, some of the Marines.
Yeah, so quite a few of those Marines are going down. We do see some drones going down as well, and the continued lost mining time does look like that bunker will be cancelled at the perfect timing here on Lambo, making quite a few lings to help for a counterattack.
Oh, exactly. Lings are going to be rushing across the map. Lambo even yet confirming that currently the wall is not a wall, but soon it should be, as the factory is on the way. Interesting location, but there we go. There is that CC. Yeah, interesting here by Dream. I have to wonder if it was worth it. I mean, he did get a couple of worker kills, and he's currently ahead in workers as a result.
Yeah, so he will be slightly ahead on workers. Does have these Marines as well, picking off a lot of these lings. Nice catch here for Dream, and Dream does find himself with just the slightest of leads here.
Yeah, Dream. He 2-Raxes like no other. Here we go. The Raxes are turning around. They're coming back home. We do see the transition on the horizon as well. These Marines shouldn't be able to do too much else here, especially with the high ground, especially with these Queens, but we'll see as they're pushing up this ramp. Oh.
Yeah, his Marines are poking back and forth with his Queens. The defense will be good here for Lambo as he does continue to drone up and push out that creep.
Oh, exactly. And now things are looking to calm down, looking to stabilize. Yeah, I'm just really curious, Asher, in your expert Terran opinion, yeah, what are your thoughts? Oh, as we even get a pause so we can even talk about it a little bit. What are your thoughts on Dream's execution of this 2-Rax? And I guess how committed it was. Yeah, because of that, like it does kind of put a lot more pressure on him to have dealt a little bit more damage, right?
I think he denied mining time for long enough, and the fact that he got a few drones on top of that definitely looks like it was enough damage. The other thing with pulling drones to help deal with the SCVs that are building the Raxes is that's mining time that you lose really early, like way earlier than usual. So Lambo's kind of almost doing like a 10 drone start with his defense.
Yeah, interesting. I was just curious because I don't think I've ever seen a Terran player do that.
Pull the extra SCV. I think he just thought he was going to lose his SCVs.
Okay. Well, I'm with you on that, except I think the third SCV was pulled much earlier.
Yeah,
so,
well, maybe the third one was to fake a 3-Rax.
Yeah, probably. I'll side on that. But yeah, for the time being, Lambo is getting his third hatchery up and running. Just scouting, confirming. I believe the Overlord did see the 1-1-1. Does have eyes on these Hellions as they move out, so Lambo can start to respond. Oh, a bit of a rough supply block though, losing that Overlord.
Yeah, Lambo with a pretty chunky supply block as the Dream starts to skirt around with these Hellions. Does have a medevac on the way as well, so we'll be able to pick them up and drop them in the main, hopefully catching Lambo right before Ling Speed finishes, but it looks like Lambo's Ling Speed timed out perfectly here.
Yeah, exactly. Should finish up in time for this drop. The drop should have been scouted, or at least, the starport being built. The Hellions that were in the middle of the map, and here we go. Drop is going straight into the main base, but Lambo is in position.
Yeah, those Queens are beautifully in position, and they will be denying this drop for the moment. The placement of these Queens by Lambo, fantastic.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Both in the main and on the front line, exactly where they needed to be. The Hellions unable to penetrate the defenses here of Lambo, but that's not going to stop him. We do see more Hellions coming across the map as well to try and try again.
Yeah, and there's going to be no mech from Dream. I'm sorry, Light. I know. I know you wanted this game to turn into one of those Mario games where his 2-Rax does nothing and it turns into a 50-minute game where we just split the map, we camp, we turtle, we never leave.
You're never gonna leave me again, papi. This is what you get for not casting WTL yesterday. This is
You are trapped.
Well, thankfully, Dream, at least in game number 1, is not going to be going for that mech. As Stim is on the way right now, he's just poking and prodding with these Hellions, trying to find a way in. But we do have a bit of a pseudo double drop coming across the map to meet up with this army.
Yeah, we have most of a double drop. These are pretty fast medevacs, so considering the start, this is a pretty decent timing coming out from Dream, and he will start to skirmish with the units. And yeah, Lambo supply blocked again. 6 overlords started up.
Jesus, that's the second time this game. Is this Lambo or a laser? I don't know.
Whoa.
As we do see another queen going down here. Dream trying to dive on top of this building hatchery. So far, decent spread, decent damage, no bailing speed. So Lambo's having a hard time engaging.
Yeah, a lot of pressure being put on by Dream here as we do see that extra stim. He's going to get those Marines quite low, so he just wants to back up and heal those up. But behind this, he has his standard transition coming along, got that armory for the 2-2 going into Widow Mines as well. So should be very comfortable to go into a further game, especially with how well he's kept the creep back here.
Yeah, I love that he just hasn't turned around. He's been poking, prodding, dancing with the army, but he just is relentless here. We do see a couple of bailings rolling on forward, but the Widow Mine shots are going to be going off.
Oh, they do get dragged into those banelings there, so very good value Widow Mine shots. And Lambo in a bit of an awkward position while he waits for his Bane Speed to finish up here.
Yeah, the position is awkward. And he's going to have to rotate back around to the safety of the Widow Mines. Importantly, the Widow Mines did survive as the armory finished and there was no detection, so very nice timing there.
You love it. As they do have these Marines kind of poking forward. Hopefully going to be able to find those active creep tumors as well. But Dream just putting on a lot of pressure here. And behind this, just comfortably macroing on up in a fairly standard way, getting his second factory as well to help with those Widow Mines. So, yeah, this is going to be a nice game for him to just kind of sit at the front and parade push until...
Oh my god. Oh, Widow Mine shot's going to go off. It looks like a Widow Mine drag does deal a lot of friendly fire, but a lot of the Marines did survive.
Yeah, Widow Mine's, of course, the best Zerg form of splash. Not that they really needed a better form of splash, but, you know.
It is the superior splash damage. Yes, I agree. Oh my god. As I just love how much damage Dream did with so little units. Like, he was relatively, yeah, it was just such good control, such good micros, a lot of creep spread, a lot of queens, a lot of lings, a lot of banes. Dream finally does back off and Lambo can breathe. But despite that, Dream looking quite good with his macro.
Yeah, Dream got that force coming up on location, that Korean disrespect force. Bang on location against the Zerg, and he's going to get scattered out by the Ling, but Lambo, he's just desperate to get that creep spread started back up. I mean, this is one of the advantages of the 2-racks is you just throw off the game of the Zerg so much, and you can see the results of that. He's barely got the creep to leave his bases, and it's 9 minutes 30.
Yeah, exactly, and that's kind of the snowball effect that's going on right now. We do see that Lambo's trying to threaten that fourth, but Dream does reposition his army. He's able to just swat that away, and soon Dream is going to pull the trigger. Soon he will push out with everything going on. No one's looking!
Ooh, yeah, neither player looking there. Either of them could have got some very nice connections here, but they end up kind of just trading out, and looks like a Dream is still going to be taking a pretty nice advantage. He has a good supply lead. He has armies on both sides of the map, and this is where he can really start to apply that Clem-esque pressure that we do love to see.
There's barely any creep here, and that's really going to be showing here in this push. We do see the Lingbane rolling on forward. One-man shots are going to be going off. Looks like, ooh, none of them do.
Yep, thanks for that nerf, Blizzard. Good stuff.
No. Look, he doesn't have drilling claws, okay? Look, drilling claws is on the way,
okay.
right?
Fair enough. Yeah. All right, we'll give you that one.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a slip up there, not to research it earlier on, but it is on the way. It's on the horizon. As Dream, once again, going to try and engage here with these slow burrowing mines. Not really committed to any major push, but does deny the fifth.
Yeah, this is that awful moment for the Zerg where the Terrans just got mines spread absolutely everywhere. They're in 3 places at once. Those mines just sitting there at every which location. You have to be watching everywhere.
Oh, and Lambo was not looking. A lot of Lings are going to be going down here. Banelings do get some decent connections towards the north, but we have a triple drop slipping into the main.
Yeah, big drop coming on into the main. We do have a few mines in there as well. Oh, the drones are going to get tracked in, and that was a huge drone shot. Oh, 2 back-to-back giant mine shots. This is what I needed, like. I just needed a bit of Widow Mine viewing pleasure.
You just needed Dream to just explode all over Lambo, and that's exactly what happened. Oh.
Someone's going to have to clean up all that green gear.
It's going to have to be Lambo after this game as he's struggling to hold on right now. We see Widow Mine shot after shot going off. Oh my god.
Drones are getting massacred. Banelings getting massacred. We finally see some Hydras coming out, and that will help tourniquet the flow of blood here for Lambo, but he is on 100 supply to the 175 of Dream. He realizes that he has had enough.
Jesus, I was wondering how many loads did Dream have left because he just wouldn't stop. He was just rapid firing all over Lambo there, and it looked like Lambo had had enough. He taps out, and Dream takes the first game. Ugh.
Yeah, but it is not time to turn over and smoke a cigarette just yet. We have that next game coming up for Dream vs Lambo.
God.
And it is, in fact, going to be Lambo's map pick on this one.
There's no rest for the wicked, puppy. You're not done yet. We're going all night. Let's go.
We have it Cosmic Sapphire. So going all night indeed with this huge map. And on such a big map, that can be a little bit difficult to play out in a standard way. Do you think we're going to see Dream pull out his mech?
He's going to pull something out, mate. It's, we shall see. It's not a bad map for mech, not going to lie. It's quite big. A lot of bases, a lot of choke points to take advantage of as well, at least closer towards your own bases. So, you know, you call it the proxy 2-Rax. You could be calling the mech.
Blue Flame into mech.
Oh.
But it'll be the cool Blue Flame. It'll be the one where you get the armory and you do like a drop of 4 into the main, and then you run the rest of the third.
That is cool.
It's a cool Blue Flame.
Yeah. It's not the like
not the
beta.
YOLO run straight through the middle. Queens are waiting for you.
Yeah,
You lose every single hell.
Yeah.
Not that one.
That. Yeah, no, I always die to that one.
Or in your case, you just die horribly.
I'm always dying. It's in the bottom right hand corner, Cosmic, representing GGG Dream.
And for Shopify Rebellion in the top left hand corner, this is Lambo.
I want to quickly divert the attention to chat here. Emperor Fuble saying, imagine what happens at 2 a.m. Oh, you don't want to know. It's
what happens at 2 a.m. is we turn off the stream and me and like have a lone chat.
Oh no. What that really means is Ash is gonna slip into my DMs and be like, customs, puppy, custom.
Yeah. I'm not done with you yet.
It's time for more mech.
You actually see both players going for something a little bit different already. So Lambo's going to be going for a pull first. I was actually going to mention this. I know he's the kind of player that does like to play around with perceptions, and this being such a big map, I'm sure he's expecting Dream to expect that he'll go hatch first. But at the same time, Dream's gone CC first.
Yeah, so kind of like a rock paper scissors of builds going on right now, where Lambo, he's going for the pull first, which means he shuts down any kind of proxy play in a really amazing fashion. He's actually scouting for a proxy as we speak, but he's not going to be able to stop this faster CC, especially on a longer map like Cosmic. So I guess Dream coming out on top.
I mean, the thing is, it's a Terran versus Zerg, so it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors, but the Zerg has a rock, paper, and scissors. The Terran has a pebble, toilet paper, and a crayon. It's a slightly different game.
Actually, you can't say that after Dream 1 Game 1, okay? Look, there's a time and a place for balance widening, but you can't do that after Dream just rapid fired, just some...
Watch me. As we see these pull firstlings running straight on in, and a bit of a build order counter here for Dream, because his CC is already done, but the wall is not a wall.
Oh, the wall is not a wall, but the boys were pulled. Looks like the boys are enough to just push away these lings. Aye. Could have been a little bit bad there for Dream, but mate, one man with gun is all you need.
Hey, Dream's been playing a little bit of Protoss, and he's doing that Protoss wall with a little gap there, and the SCV is going to be holding the line. We need a shield battery.
We need it in range of the CC for overcharge, papi, overcharge. As it looks like Dream is going to be able to hold on to his natural base. Again, it was finished because, of course, it was a CC first. Observer just pointing out that that entryway there, but it's okay. It shouldn't be there for long. It's okay.
Yeah, so everything looks normal there, but I can see in the production there's another Rax.
Oh. Oh.
Is that...
With Hellions, though.
This is a very weird build.
Yeah, so we've got a 2-1-1 before us, but we're continuing to bomb out Hellions. And we do have a tech lab on the way, though, so we should be seeing an add-on switch soon. But this is interesting.
It's very creative. So, as he did go Marine first, I like that he's made this one Hellion he can use to go and scout, but he's continuing to make Hellions and making a medevac as well and stim. So, I wonder if he's going to be looking to go for a bit of a stim Hellbout timer.
Yeah, so this is interesting. So I do not believe he went for an add-on switch. Yeah. So we still have the reactor on the racks. It is not on the starport. And we didn't use the factory to create add-ons either. It's just been pumping out Hellions this entire time. Or like haphazardly, I should say. So we're going to have a handful of Hellions. We're going to have one medevac. We're going to have some Marines. And we're just going to push out.
Oh. We're about to have one less Hellion, but we are going to get that one out of there. We've got the eBay on the way as well. Single eBay often for a 2-base all-in, so just going to be keeping an eye out for that as well.
Yeah. I'm sure we're keeping an eye out for an armory as well. I believe the second medevac is coming out. I think we already have the first in the middle of the map. Yep, there we go. Just a handful of Marines pick up what they can. Looks like they will get an Overlord. This is just such a peculiar execution of this 2-1-1, but... You know, I'm going to reserve judgment until I see what happens.
This is the most Korean Terran thing I've ever seen. Just random units everywhere all over the map. Just like 4 units in a medevac here, like 1 Hellion over there, 1 over there.
Mate, you know, you don't have to follow build orders, okay? Terran can do whatever they want. For free, Bobby! Oh my god.
As we do see against the build of everything and everything, the way to hold it is make queens lol, and the queens are going to push back the units of Dream for now.
Yeah, to be fair, Stim is about to finish up in a couple of seconds, so maybe Dream pushing in a little bit too soon. We see that first medevac already sustaining a lot of hits, so it's going to be a bit of an awkward timing, but the timing nonetheless. We see tank production as the follow-up. He also never fixed that wall.
This base layout's really hurting my head.
It's not pretty to look at.
It's so strange. We see a medevac, a lib, a tank, 3 Marines.
Yeah.
Is this Gumiho?
I was about to say the same thing. I was like, mate. So a laser stepped into play for Lambo and Gumiho stepped into play for Dream. No one is anyone this game. What is happening?
True. As we do have those Banes waddling on over. The Queens just replace the creep, and Lambo just running around with this thing trying to work out what the hell is going on. And honestly, I can see everything and I'm not really sure that I know what's going on. So there's not that many Marines either, considering this looks like a 2-base all-in.
Yeah, I mean, you were calling the 2-base all-in earlier with the 1 NG bay, and we see no CC on the horizon, 5 Raxes in total, but with only a handful of add-ons on them, so that's why we have like such a weird production line of Marines and such a stifled one as well. Lambo is scouting. Lambo confirms that no 3rd base has been taken, so he's taking the correct precautions. He even puts down some spores.
Yeah, these spores in the choke here are brilliant. This is really going to help. It means that any lib push that Dream might be going for is going to be so stifled, and I think Lambo was anticipating that.
Yeah, either that or maybe he thought, you know, there was some kind of weird Banshee play or something. Regardless, he has read correctly. We do see that the spores are going to be going down to these tanks. Will both go down immediately.
For free.
For free? Oh, the Queens! Where's the transfuse? Oh,
yeah,
we
the
missed
Queens
a couple
are going
waves.
down a little bit mistimed with the surround is Lambo, and he's so far off creep, but the Banelings get fantastic connections, and he is going to be cleaning up most of this up, but the Liberator survives, a couple of the Marines survive, most importantly, the medevac survive.
Yeah, exactly. The surround was on point, mistimed as you were saying, so a lot of Queens did go down in the defense, and here comes the rally of 7 Marines at a time. Is it going to be enough? Banelings are just now morphing in.
Yeah, Dream just rallying straight on in. I would love to see Lambo maybe wrap around and start to take out some of the reinforcements, but it looks like he has fantastic connections on the front.
Oh my god, actually he loaded up a full medevac on the weekend medevac, and it died immediately to the Queen. Our full medevac just went down, and now there are barely any Marines left.
Yeah, so it looks like he will be getting on top of that tank. These Liberators still being such a nuisance, but there's more than enough Lingbane to push this back for Dream. And Lambo is looking poised to tie things up for Shopify Rebellion. And I'm sure he'll be very happy that he's not giving his team too hard a job, but I don't want to speak too soon.
Yeah, I mean, the lib count one just now going down. We have some more rallying reinforcements. Again, Dream is still giga all in, and he's actually ahead in the army supply right now, so he can still snowball if Lambo's too greedy. We can see that he's still pumping out nothing but Lingbane.
Yeah, this is something that we saw when Dream was playing GSL against the likes of, I believe it was Raynor that he played this against, where with his 2-base all in, he went extremely fast into Liberators. I think he only made 3 medevacs, which is quite unusual. And we can see that this makes the position hard to break, but there's just not really enough healing for this Bio.
Yeah, there's only a single medevac remaining
Wow,
here. The Bio gets
amazing
grounded.
focus fire.
Ugh. Yeah, the Queens do go down to those Liberators. The Marines actually barely survive. Ugh. It's way too soon.
Yeah, Dream just focus firing down those banelings so well, but there's just too many lings. He just really doesn't have that critical mass of Marines that he needs, and it's looking like Lambo's buying himself enough time to get out the army that he needs.
Yeah, exactly. Just Dream doesn't have enough momentum. As you were saying, he's been losing too many medevacs as well, so his Marines just never have any staying power. The Liberator count is slowly just getting higher and higher, though, to be fair. Maybe that could be enough.
Yeah, maybe that Liberator account is really formidable, but yeah, what I was talking about before, I love this move. This is something that Cyril does brilliantly, where he uses his excess Ling Bane. Instead of trying to go for a surround, go for an attack, he just delays, cuts off the reinforcement. Lambo actually looking like he wants to break the front, which I'm not sure about.
Yeah, here we go. I mean, the frontal assault does get broken a little bit. We do see that the natural is now under fire here. Oh, the wall was not a wall!
Very unfortunate timing there. Dream unsieges and opens the wall right when the banelings come in, and what looks like probably a bad move for Lambo, a move that I was quite worried about, actually turns into a brilliant move.
Oh, exactly. It just decimates the entire mineral line here at the natural. Forces Dream to turn around and come back home as well. And if Dream wasn't all in before, he is giga all in now.
Yeah, the all-in is all-in near. As we do see these lings wrapping around, trying to cut off some of these reinforcements. Lambo just continuing to be annoying and just hide these lings off in the corner. And making banelings again. I love this. He's going to be able to prevent mining at the natural.
Exactly, and even though Dream is laying siege upon this 4th base, he needs to do more than just kill a 4th. Liberators are in position. They're going to be able to take down some of these queens here, but the spores are also coming in.
We see the army of spores waddling on over, and all the time that Lambo has bought himself was enough to get up a lot of queens and get a lot of energy on those queens as well. But it looks like these spores are in a bit of danger as the natural attack has been trapped.
Oh, exactly. I mean, it looks like once again those workers are going to be going down to the Ling Bane. The Marines are pushing them forward, trying to get on top of these queens here. The Banelings actually try to break into the main.
Yes, it's crazy. These Liberators are such a difficult problem to solve because the queens cannot go anywhere near those liberation zones.
Oh my god, oh, but Dream wasn't looking at the wrong time. All the Marines go down in the end, and the production is now under fire. Dream did keep a lot of his workers alive at his natural, to be fair, but these reinforcements, ugh, brutal.
He's not looking. Get him.
It's the only way, puppy. It's the only way.
Okay, did see those Liberators absolutely evaporating those queens when they step ahead, but Dream, he just has nothing at home. He cannot reinforce. He cannot mine. And Lambo, a little shake of the head. I don't think he was happy with his execution there. But he gets the job done.
I'm sure he's like, what the hell was this guy doing? And how did I almost die? He's like, what is happening right now? And that was such a peculiar build. I almost don't want to believe that it was pre-planned. I would prefer that if like Dream was freestyling there. Like, I don't know, like if I've ever seen anything like that. I guess you said that he did something similar against Raynor.
Yeah, I mean, he did a more standard 1-1-1 version of it. It's a bit weird to go Rax Factory and then 2-on-1, but I suppose he was just trying to catch Lambo off guard. It's just, yeah, we could see that Lambo, his plan didn't really have to change all that much. The only big adjustment that he made to a 2-base all-in defense is to add in those spores.
Exactly, and we saw that those spores were amazing. The first two spores died immediately, if you recall, for free, puppy. But the addition of the rest of the spores were amazing as well. They really just kind of drew a line in the sand that couldn't be crossed by those liberators. So Dream couldn't be as abusive as he otherwise would be.
Yeah, exactly. But there we go. We do have a 1-1 in this matchup between Good Game Gaming and Shopify Rebellion. So next up, it's going to be Nice, a player who's been really popping off in that Taiwanese region.
Oh, yeah, he has been popping. But someone else who has been looking mighty fine in the Korean region is ByuN, his opponent. So this is going to be an interesting one here. ByuN, one of the best Terrans in the world, but Nice, the best player in Taiwan.
Yeah, we have a beyond stoppable force and an immovable object.
What?
Hey, we were talking about this the other day. Nice is actually quite close to a nice score.
He is. Well, we were talking about like it should be a nice round 69. But this is pretty close. You're just gonna turn one of those numbers upside down, and we got it.
Yeah, we are just spooning for now. But maybe if he can get that win over ByuN, he can prop that score up a little.
Oh yeah, maybe we can get rid of that foreplay and just go all the way. Let's go.
Oh my god. We do actually have Moondance for our first map here, and Moondance, it's a very, very short map, and we've been seeing a lot of Terrans abuse that fact by going for fast tank pushes.
Yeah, exactly. These tank pushes can be intense, especially coming out from ByuN. We all know that he can be a very aggressive player. So I have to wonder what Nice is going to bring to the table. I'm sure he's coming in prepared. I'm sure he's been studying the VODs of ByuN, but is that preparation going to be enough?
Yeah, exactly. He's going to have to be ready to defend. Might be seeing something safe like a robo first, but I also feel like that's not necessarily in Nice's nature. He does have a lot of aggressive tools in his belt.
Yeah, I agree. Even though I would also love to see, some safer robo first openers. I don't really know if that's the kind of person that he is. We have seen from time to time that it seems as if he's been influenced by Haas a little bit, where he can be more aggressive in nature. Yeah, very unpredictable as a result.
I think we're going to see a Haas build.
Oh, I hope not.
Get that 4-minute Zealot drop.
Oh, that's so smudge. I don't want to remember that. Oh my god, I'm not even a Terran player, but yeah, that hits so quickly with
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
It's pretty gross, man. It's pretty good. For those who are wondering what we're talking about, tune into the VOD of CranKy Ducklings versus Psystorm Gaming. Haas versus Vindicta on Moondance was a sight to behold. But in the top left-hand corner, representing GGG, Nice.
And in the bottom right-hand corner for Shopify, this is ByuN.
Oh boy, I wonder. Did Migs have a stream about his WTL match? Did he go over the replay?
No.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good.
I don't think there's much to. There's not much to say about it, really.
Yeah. Let's move on.
My question, though.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I have seen ByuN. He does have some filthy builds, and one of them that I saw recently on Moondance was a 3-Rex on 1 base.
Oh. Which
I tried it on ladder. I didn't watch the replay or anything. I just decided what I think would be the closest to what I could do. And it worked really well. It's disgusting.
It worked?
Yeah. It's gross.
Terran can do anything. Oh my god.
It's just like your normal 3x timing, but almost a minute earlier.
Yeah. Wow.
But it doesn't look like that's what he's going for just yet. He is going to go for that Marine first. And it looks like he's actually going to play a bit more of a standard macro build. So a lot of confidence coming out from ByuN today.
Yeah, we got a Rax expand coming out from ByuN, ready to, at least for the time being, get into a more economic macro opener. Meanwhile, nice likewise, there is no probe on the map, there's no proxy being set up or anything crazy like that. ByuN is just making sure with a little bit of a scout. So yeah, a pretty chill start to our first game.
Ah, I thought he was going to go for a third CC. As we do see that second gas going down, so completely standard opener coming out from ByuN, and we do see that Nice, quite similarly, going for a very standard opener, looking poised to just go for a standard Stargate opener, but it looks like we're going to have a Twilight instead. One other build that's been very popular for Protosses on this map is 4-Gate Blink, so that's a possibility as well.
Definitely, definitely. And the Twilight Council does kind of telegraph that a little bit. I was just about to say that I now realize why you wanted to cast today so bad, WTL, because it's full of these. Not just Terran players, but they're shameless.
What do you mean?
Both Dream and ByuN, you're like, do it. You're like,
Yeah, they're animals.
They're animals, Poppy. They're animals. Oh my god, this is just fueling Asher's inspiration for the ladder right now. As there we go, Blink is on the horizon. Meanwhile, ByuN goes for the 1-1-1. And we'll see what he does with that. We'll see if he goes for the ByuN special, the Banshee. So
Did you just see
right?
that? Hellion heading on out.
Oh!
Does look like the wall is, in fact, not a wall. This cheeky Adept is going to be getting in, getting a lot of scouting. Meanwhile, ByuN getting some scouting of his own. So both players just being a little bit pesky with their first units. And ByuN actually going to get the Hellion out of there as he starts up a medevac. So it looks like he's going to go for a little Marine drop here.
Yeah, interesting choice here. So one, the Hellion's going to get taken down, but at least it was able to confirm the tech, was able to confirm the Twilight Council and Robo as they were thrown down. So ByuN does have that piece of the puzzle. The medevac is pushing out across the map. You know, ByuN special is moving out without the medevac. He's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, Marine's just going for a little walk, going to put some pressure on ByuN, of course. Known for his micro, he's going to be looking to exert a little bit of pressure on.
Oh, exactly. We'll see what he can get done here. Has to be careful here. Dancing with these stalkers do get loaded up by that medevac, and now he can get the hell out of there. We did see that add-on switch as well. No Banshee, just going straight for the Raven.
The medevac has done its job. Just going to be heading straight on back home.
That's what you do with the drop, right? They're just evac, Pappy. They just get to get the boys out.
You just load up in front of the stalker and just get on out of there. Like, ha! Got him.
I mean, ByuN didn't lose any Marines, to be fair. He didn't lose anything.
Yeah.
No, not bad. Why don't you do that?
Excuse me? Hell?
I don't know. Look, my brain isn't working right now.
Choosing violence. We do just see this Raven heading on out to get a little bit of harassment. This is kind of fascinating. ByuN is playing this so standardly and so safely. This is not really what I've come to expect from a player who's usually extremely aggressive, but looks like he's feeling like he's favored out of the two and just wants to be the receiver.
So, last game, you know, it was a laser playing instead of Lambo, and it was a Gumiho playing instead of Bunny. I mean, sorry, Dream.
Playing again.
It's big swing. So the tent is being pitched. Let's go.
Having Vindictive Earth showtime here.
Oh my god, as we do see an observer slipping into the main base, just getting a full scout, getting an eye on all those upgrades. Third CC is being thrown down on location, and yeah, as you were saying, I'm also a little bit shocked here. I don't know if maybe ByuN's, you know, a little bit tired, you know, it's Sunday night, maybe he was out in the club with Patty Mac, just chilling.
Allegedly
In Valencia, only Valencia.
In Valencia, yeah. He's been making regular trips to Valencia. You know, he can club there, and he wouldn't he wouldn't club anywhere else.
Yeah. Nowhere else. No, only Valencia.
Did you just see this Raven being a little bit of a nuisance? But looks like for the most part, Nice has gotten away with very comfortable opening. Hasn't been forced to make too many gateway units at all. As we do see those extra cannons going down. This Raven just kind of going to be chilling over this beautiful scenery that Maris has provided to us.
And big shout out to Maras for the beautiful scenery, for dancing in the moonlight. Meanwhile, we do see a bit of a drop going over on the right hand side. I believe it may have been spotted by Nice for the time being. His stalkers are just chilling out here in front of this natural, and yeah, ByuN looking to try and sneak out.
What kind of Terran player do you think you would be like?
What would I be?
Yeah, you just send drops constantly.
Who is a Terran player that sees a Protoss disruptor unattended and just stims on top of it?
Oh, ByuN.
There you, there you go.
Actually, ByuN. He does that. He's so insane. He'll see disruptors, and it doesn't matter what the situation is. Like his flowchart, other people's flowchart is kind of like, if there's not that many, if they're at the front, you know, if they haven't shot their shots yet. ByuN's flowchart is just click on them.
He's not looking! Just steps forward. As we do see his triple drop being caught out here in the middle of the map by these stalkers. Nicely done, does fend off all of those medevacs. One medevac going down, and everything gets cleaned up.
Yeah, so it's a pretty nice cleanup by Nice, but actually this force field's working against him a little bit, and a lot of those zealots going down, so pretty nice trades, and he does get the medevacs out as well, importantly.
Exactly. 2 medevacs do manage to escape in the end. A little bit of Raven harass here towards the main base. Raven does survive as it slips between the bases. Coming back home is uninterrupted. Doesn't get intercepted by Nice. So yeah, we'll see how ByuN does here. It was a little bit rough that he lost that drop, but still solid macro.
Yeah, good to see that it's not getting interrupted. No one really likes getting interrupted, you know, when they're in the middle of something they like, but we are going to see these Vikings getting dropped on in by the War Prism. They are maybe going to be taking out that CC as well. That's a cheeky little hit squad there.
When the moment I said interrupted, was that just all your brain was thinking about?
Yep.
Oh boy. Yeah.
You definitely started it. As we do see. ByuN just being so passive with his units. I feel like I'm watching someone else, honestly.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Who's another? Is there another Korean that is very Migs-esque? That I don't think so. The only one that I can think of is like maybe in a Maru.
I mean, Murray does have games where he just decides he's not going to move out.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah. I was gonna say innovation back in the day, but if we're talking about active players, yeah, Mari fits a little bit more. Meanwhile, it looks like this Prism is gonna get caught out by the Viking here. It's gonna try and unload in the back, but no, it gets shut down.
Yeah, it is not allowed to unload. It gets sent all the way back to November, as we do have Nice just sharking around trying to look for some damage, but ByuN not giving him any.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Nice, he just wants some action, and ByuN says, no, you gotta wait a couple of days, okay, buddy? I am an honorable, okay? I'm not, I've taken a vow, and I'm not going to break it, so yeah, despite, you know, maybe a couple of wins here and there from Nice or ByuN being passive, nothing really too much has happened yet.
Yeah, nothing too much has happened, and ByuN has gotten up this fourth. He's pumping out tanks as well to help deal with the Colossus, but this is a scary moment. This is not something you ever really want the Protoss to get you as a Terran. This army with all these Colossus, with all these disruptors, and oh, I love this move. The double Warp Prism.
Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. We do have the War Prisms headed towards the main base. At the same time, the main army is headed towards the fourth of ByuN. We'll be able to split up his army in time. We do have a couple of Widow Mines and turrets, but it can maybe stop one, not both.
God, there's so many turrets. Who am I watching? This is so weird.
Oh, but the interference matrix does go off on the Prism, does stop that warp, and at the same time, ByuN is forced to disengage from that fight.
Yeah, that Prism about to deposit its load of zealots into the main. And ByuN says, none of that. He does stop that Prism. A few of those turrets going down as well, so he's going to have to remember to get those back up. But kind of just looks like ByuN is, you know, just getting practice in for his full macro style. It's something that we've seen a little bit in TVZ as well. I've seen him playing Data C in this way where he just goes for the split map from the start and plays a very turtle, like kind of almost uncharacteristic style for him. And it's cool to see even a little bit later on in his career, he's still looking to broaden his depth as a player.
Yeah, definitely. This does show that he has more to bring to the table than just this hyper-aggressive style. And I do think that in a preparation format like WTL, I do think it's very smart to do so. But here we go. Nice is looking for an engagement in the middle of the map. The first Nova goes
Oh.
off, does connect with the army.
Yeah, nice connection there and ByuN. He doesn't want none of it. He's going to be getting on out of there, dropping back to the safety of the tank. Splits off a few drops as well. I really like this move, but he's going to have to be careful that Nice doesn't just shove into his natural.
Oh my god, that's exactly what he's doing. Another Nova goes off, connects, even takes down some ghosts.
Mate, I feel for ByuN. I have these moments sometimes where I'm like, I just want to practice my late game against Protoss. I'm going to let them get to this big army and do whatever they want, and then you just get hit by one disruptor and all your hard work goes to waste. But he's getting a very nice fight here. This is so patient. I love this.
Yeah, a couple of Novas have gone off, but every single Colossi is going to go down to these Vikings. Disruptors are getting picked off one after the other. It's going to come down to the Gateway Army, and pure Stalkers are not the most ideal army. EMPs connect.
Yeah, all the Zealots going down. That last disruptor going down as well. And that was beautifully handled by ByuN. He was so patient setting up that concave and just waiting till Nice overextended a little bit into him. And you can see why ByuN is maybe looking to practice his style a bit more, as you can see that it's quite effective.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, outside of taking a couple of Novas to the face, but despite that, his macro is not stopping. He takes another decent engagement here in the middle of the map as well, shaving off whatever gateway units he can as Nice is forced to retreat.
Yeah, ByuN is in his element now. You give him a handful of bio, a few medevacs, and he can make some magic happen. But Nice at the same time, he knows. He knows what makes those Terrans sad. He is making these balls 3 at a time.
Oh, he's got a 4th robo. He's going to have quadruple disruptor production. He's crazy, puppy. As we do see his army just actually outmaneuvering. ByuN here does get on top of the ramp, is going to be able to take down this 4th base. And what I'm concerned about, as the 4th may even go down, is that ByuN's economy is not amazing.
Yeah, Nice first split does eat a couple, does eat that shot in a couple units that second time, but yeah, I'm a little bit worried about ByuN that he's not going to be able to get this 5th base up that he needs really soon. It does look like he's trying to rely on getting a good fight here, and to be fair, he's getting one.
Yeah, he is trading incredibly well.
Oh,
You
no.
see a couple of Novas going off. Oh my god! They come from both ends, mate. And ByuN, he just loses everything.
Yeah, ByuN, he takes that pincer there, and it is something that I do see occasionally with ByuN. He does look away from his units when he's confident that they're in a good spot there. And yeah, Nice just outmaneuvering him, and ByuN, unfortunately, goes down.
Oh my god, GG. The nerdy boy does it again with the power of the Pikachu. He had quite a number of them in the back there. He takes the first game against ByuN.
There we go, and ByuN, I hope he's got that all out of his system. He practiced a macro game, he got to have that little late game, and he got the taste of like what it's like letting the Protoss get their robo units up, get their Colossus, get their disruptors, and it wasn't that nice, you know? I don't think he's gonna let the Protoss do whatever they want again.
ByuN, he took a vow of celibacy. He's the monk on top of the mountain. He's been meditating. He's been trying to learn self-control. But there comes a point in your life, or at least in ByuN's life, where he's realized that this is a waste of time.
Yeah, he's like, I'm never going to therapy again. I went to therapy and I was like, what keeps happening to me is I keep getting hit by these glowing balls and I lose everything. And the therapist is like, well, ByuN, I want you to view this emotion of the glowing ball hit your units and see it as an outsider without attaching emotion to it. View it and then let it pass. And he's like, I see. I understand now, and I'm okay with the Protoss. I understand. I'm at ease.
He does not
Is he
understand.
really?
he is not at ease, Papi. We were talking about him earlier. ByuN, he's typically the kind of player to pull the trigger, to be in his opponent's face, to try and dive whenever he can. And the game where he doesn't, Nice is able to just overwhelm. It's something where at a certain point, Nice recognized how passive ByuN was being, how defensive he was, and he just took full control of the map. We saw how much his production was booming because of the amount of bases that he had. And even though ByuN took a couple of good fights, because he was confined to so few bases, like, he couldn't really fund some of those bad engagements or engagements in general that he was taking.
Yeah, this is what happens to us. The Protosses, they tell us Terrans that, we're clowns, that we're dumb, that we don't know how to play the game, that we just throw units around everywhere. And look what happens when you don't.
You're saying we have to clown Papi.
We do.
We have to be apes. And speaking of apes, we do have representing Good Game Gaming. Nice.
Awful. And speaking of highly skilled, respectable players, in the top right-hand corner for Shopify Rebellion, we have ByuN. What have you done, like?
I was hoping it would cut to ByuN. I'm not gonna lie. But I was committed. I just had to go through with it. I couldn't pull out, Papi. I couldn't pull out. Oh, God. But yes. No, honestly, really good game from Nice. Correctly identifying the style that ByuN was going for and abusing it in a way, just taking advantage of it. So, yeah, just a great approach to that first game.
Yeah, for sure. But this second map, we are going to be on Waterfall, a much smaller map, so kind of lends itself automatically to aggression for either side. I feel like even if ByuN plays this more passive style, it's going to be hard for Nice not to at least be poking around at his army.
Yeah, exactly. And the hard part is over for Nice. He's already got a point on the board. He has already, in a way, done his job for his team. So ByuN is up against it. This map, though, Waterfall, isn't a bad map to be aggressive, but I'm sure Nice should be expecting that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's something we haven't really mentioned that much is that Shopify Rebellion, they are really one of the front-runner teams in this competition. So for them to lose to Good Game Gaming, as we start to get into the later weeks of the towards the playoffs, is actually going to be pretty significant for them.
Yeah, I really do think so. This is when a bunch of the teams are distinguishing themselves from each other, and this score differential really, really does impact that towards the end. Really does add up. But for the time being, we do see some relatively standard openers. I say relatively standard because ByuN opted to skip his Reaper, went Marine first.
Yeah, Marine first once again. So both players going for identical openings. Both players also opting not to scout. I like this for Nice, mixing things up with a Stargate, especially considering the no scout. This does mean that he could be dipping in with a few Oracles, with a few Phoenix, anything like that. And it's just an opening that gives the Protoss a lot of control over the pace of the game.
Yeah, exactly, and ByuN is going to be none the wiser here. We'll see what he goes for. Interestingly enough, he does have Hellions on the way as well. We do have a medevac. It's possible that he's going to be going for he does have a starport on the way. It's possible that he's going to be going for a medevac first. That's kind of what this is all leading to. But this also means that he won't have that much to defend against an Oracle.
Yeah, we do say that Adept kind of being baited on in, and the Hellion is going to get a few shots on that. The scouting Hellion now going to be sent out as long as it doesn't get too distracted by a Turtle Adept. But yeah, Nice. Looks like he's going to be going for this Adept Oracle play that Hero's been popularizing. I've been seeing this a lot on the ladder as well. This 3 Adept, 1 Oracle move out. And it's something that Hero's kind of shown the way, is paved the way for Protoss players, showing that with some nice micro, you can actually trade really well with the initial Marines.
Oh, exactly. We'll see how good the micro is here from Nice. As you see, one probe going down to this Hellion. Not bad. Doesn't go all the way for a scout. It looks like the Oracle was barely going to bypass that Hellion as well, I think. And is this Cyclone going to come out in time? Are the Marines going to be in position for said Oracle?
Yeah, I do like that he's gone for this Cyclone. Looks like he's kind of worked out from the Adept count that this is in fact going to be a starport opening, as we do see that Citizen's Arrest from the SCV, and the Oracle is spotted as well.
Very important scout there from ByuN. He should also recognize that the Oracle is headed towards the natural, so ByuN can reposition his army. Oh, but the Oracle doubles back towards the main instead. Does he have anything in position? He does.
Oh,
he gets blocked.
He's too smart.
Oh.
Gets that lock on, gets a little bit of hull damage there, as we do see this drop actually looks like it might be set up to try to catch that retreating Oracle. And I like this opening a lot better for ByuN against the Stargate opener of Nice. And yeah, Nice really does not have too much at home to defend. We see those 2 Oracles and the Phoenix have been revealed, but ByuN gets full scouting of the situation.
He really does. Meanwhile, we have a lift-off onto the Cyclone as well. Ay, those Oracles going to town here, and ByuN's army just gets shut down.
Ooh. Yeah, good pick up there, but he's not going to be able to save that Cyclone. He might not be able to save this medevac either, as the medevac goes down and the Phoenix is going to be getting on out of there. And looks like Nice actually managing to out-micro ByuN a little bit. No mean feat.
I saw ByuN grimace a little bit there in the camera as he was losing his medevac, so things not really going his way. And on top of that, oh my god!
Yeah, I was about to say that's crazy. Going Cloak Banshee against Phoenix.
He's crazy, Poppy. And he would have done it if he didn't get scouted, so forced to change his plan here.
He would have gotten away with it if it was not for you meddling kids, but looks like he's just going to be going for that single cloakless Banshee. Going to wait as well until a more opportune time when there's something else going on the map, probably when he's scouted the Phoenix, as we do see extra Raxes going down for the Terran, extra gates for the Protoss, charge on the way, third on the way as well. It looks like both players going to be macroing on up.
Oh, yes, they are. That Banshee going to be slipping in between the bases as well. Going to be trying to get a little bit of damage done. Do you have a shield battery? Not quite in that mineral line. So a little bit of damage on these workers, but not too much here. So far, going to have to just chill in the dead space or maybe get one probe. Never mind.
Yeah, this Banshee not the most high value Banshee ever, but manages to take down a couple probes before it leaves us. And looks like Nice going to get this third Nexus up without too much argument from ByuN, as we see these beautiful sponsors. Come on, Observer. Where's the zoom? Where's the swoop?
Mate, what's happening? Well, we may not see it, but a massive shout out to Hojo.
I knew you say Hojo.
I just love...
Observer, did Hojo do something to upset you?
Oh my god. I don't even know what Hojo is. But I just like saying it.
Hojo.
As we do see ByuN moving out here on his two bases. Upgrades are lined up. Stim should finish up by the time the army comes across the map, but unfortunately, without Stim at the moment, he's going to have a hard time keeping up with these Phoenixes.
Yeah, Nice's Phoenix control has been really fantastic here, and if he can get some damage on those medevacs, that's really going to make things difficult for ByuN. But ByuN, he has to turn back for this Zealot warp in. Only a few Zealots here, but it's enough to completely derail his push.
Yeah, exactly. Everything turns around for a moment, but ByuN, a little bit indecisive, turns back around with his main army, wasting a lot of time there in the middle of the map. And this is buying time for Nice to get his shield batteries up and running to get more of a defensive army.
Yeah, I do worry here because that extra warp in of Zealots can be the difference here, but good mine shots, good on Burrow as well to stop the drag. As here we do see that extra little warp in of Zealots.
Oh, exactly. We do see the Immortal almost rallied into its death, but thankfully Nice does notice it, does pull back another shield battery, about to finish up Prism in the middle of the map, maybe to try and even surround the army with another warp in. That's a double drop to slip into the main.
Yeah, here we go. This is the ByuN we know and love. He's going to be dropping here, dropping there, dropping everywhere as he jumps on into the main. Has another force set up towards the third that once he sees all these forces redirected, he's going to be sending on in, and there he goes.
Oh, exactly. Draws the army into the main base at the same time. ByuN's main force does head towards the third. I love the mine positioning as well, covering the reinforcement line, and the Prism goes down!
Oh, beautifully done. Takes down that Prism, takes down the sentries as well, and for the first time in this series, we see ByuN looking confident, looking himself.
Oh, exactly. He says, "No, Maru, get out of here." As he does leave, and in the end, so much damage has been done. 10 probes falling. A lot of the Bio army does survive. The medevac survive as well. And Nice is in a pretty rough position here, behind in the workers, behind in the army.
Yeah, you mentioned Nice losing that War Prism, and it's actually a huge deal here because he has to counterattack, and not having that War Prism for Zealot Warpins to reinforce actually takes a lot of the sting out of this.
Oh, it really does. And it looks like the reinforcements for ByuN are just a little bit too much. We have a recall, but it's not enough to save that Immortal.
Yeah, one Immortal going down. We do see another Stalker almost going down as well. Nice is in full retreat, just pumping out Immortals, doing anything he can to stay alive. But this is such an awkward moment for the Protoss, and he hasn't really been able to pro back up either.
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't really been able to do much of anything right now. We do see a couple more Immortals in production. Another wave of Stalkers being morphed in here. We do see the third base of ByuN being denied. A little bit Cavalier, third on location. But here comes this push.
Yeah, the mega aggression from ByuN does continue. There's 5 racks with the mines. He's going to be charging up there. Does not care about this shield battery overcharge at all. He's just breaking down the front door here.
Maybe he should have cared about that shield battery overcharge. I don't know, but in the end, GG gets called anyway. It was just a little bit too much, and ByuN fights back, taking game number 2.
Yeah, once again, kind of like Lambo, we see the player winning and looking a little disappointed with themselves as well. But that was an important win for ByuN to tie things back up. I'm sure he would have loved to get the 2-0 over nice, but it's all going to come down to the ZVZ.
Oh, it really will. You were talking about it before. It's very possible that maybe ByuN in that first game, maybe was taking that as an opportunity to practice in a competitive setting, just a different style. But mate, you can't style on nice, not like that. He is the best player in Taiwan for a reason. So good game gaming. Honestly, not a bad result so far, going head to head with Shopify Rebellion.
Yeah, exactly. Arguably a little bit of an upset for Nice to get that game over ByuN, but Nice looking extremely solid in that series. And I'm not feeling too confident as either player going into a ZVZ as the decider.
Exactly. ZVZs can be very chaotic, especially when you have a player like Rattata. I don't know how to. I'm
That's
trying to
fine.
hype him up. I'm trying to hype him up a little. I don't want to call him
You did good.
Pokemon. Out here going up against Scarlett. Even though Scarlett is a bigger name, and I'm sure she has a lot of fans out there, Rattata, he can cause the upset.
Yeah, absolutely. And Scarlett could play Protoss. Just gonna put that out there. I don't think that would be the craziest thing ever.
Oh boy. I wonder what the rulings are on World Team League when it comes to race picking. Yeah, it's quite possible she could play Protoss as well against Rattata specifically. I want it to happen now. I want it to be the reality.
I want the mass oracle. Bring it back. Just cover the map in stasis while it's in camp.
Oh no. Oh god. Yeah, I mean, Scarlett, for those wondering, she has off-raced as Protoss from time to time, and she is a great abuser of Skytoss as well. But this was, from what I remember, I've seen her off-race in the previous meta, before the hero style was popularized.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's adopted that style, whenever she does off-race.
Yeah, that is true. I guess I haven't actually seen it in a while, but just wanted to give shout out to Scarlett for being kind of the original Zerg off racer as well.
Yeah. A lot of Zerg players have kind of followed suit. You've got Scarlett, you've got Raynor, more in a more popular setting. We've got Chappie as well. Chappie race switching.
To mixed success.
Yeah. To me, I mean, he won a bet. I mean.
But what did he lose? He lost his sanity.
True. A lot was lost to make that money. But we'll see. At the moment, we do have a little bit of time before we get into this. Maybe Scarlett is pondering. Maybe she's kind of rolling the dice right now, figuring out what race she wants to play.
Turning the lights out, putting the hood up. Getting that dull glow from the computer.
Yeah, last time we casted Scarlett, she was smoging. She did have the Doomer set up. Can confirm.
That's what gives Zergs their strength. They have to play in the dark if they want to be at full power.
It's true. That's why I'm so bad. I'm playing in the light, papi. Yeah, it just doesn't work.
You're like, okay, I'm gonna play Zerg.
Uh-huh.
Now, I have to pick a name. Who is the best Zerg? It's dark, right? Now, how do I pick my name? I have to pick the opposite of the best player.
It's the origin of Light VIP. There you go. Can confirm. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Hopefully everything is okay. Typically when there are delays like this, it is usually the admins looking for players, or maybe they're just sorting out the servers. Yeah, hopefully we do get our game.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It would be nice if we could cast some StarCraft.
Yeah. And just to give a little bit of a teaser to what's coming up next for everyone as well, we do have arguably the 1 and 2 of the competition. The two favorites to win it all are going to be facing down against each other. So coming up after this, we're going to have DPG versus Onside, and kind of a bit of a grand finals preview there, unless some big upset goes down.
This is where I turn to Kura and I have to ask her, are we good to continue on?
I see.
Originally, the plan was for us to cover the first series, GGG versus Shopify, and the Home Story Cup Korean qualifiers are starting now. So we could like
Oh,
jump in, maybe halfway through the qualifier, that's fine, or maybe one round into the qualifier and cover who makes it into Home Story Cup. That was the original plan, but if it is DPG versus Onside, I mean that's a pretty fire series. Like,
pretty good. It's gonna be Hero
yeah,
versus Maru.
yeah, it's here. Kure, what does Kure say? What does she say,
Kuro.
puppy?
Kuro.
We need an answer.
Oh.
She's shaking her head.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's Dark versus Neeb as well. And
Oh
Shield
my
versus
dark
Solar.
versus, oh my, oh.
It's about as good as it gets.
I thought Dream was backed up, but it's all it's all coming out as as it looks like we have our players, and we are going to be getting into our ZVZ for the night. Rattata against Scarlett.
Yeah, there we go. So we do have a bit more of a powerful hexagon coming out for Rattata. And we're going to have Cosmic Sapphire as the first map. Cosmic Sapphire, it is a gold-based map. Gold bases and ZVZ can create madness.
Oh, you're crazy if you think any of them are going to be able to get the gold, but but I like where your head's at. Also, look at how the WTL admins are teasing us. Look at the total score for both of our players. They're so close, yet so far.
Just edging there. As, we are not going to have those nice scores, but they are giving the nod here to Scarlett as well. I have to agree, but Rattata is a player that I don't want to say his form is shaky, but he has the potential to play kind of above his level at any time, really.
Yeah, so the thing with Rattata is he's a very solid player, but also inconsistent when it comes to punching up. So we'll see how he does. It's spawning in the top left-hand corner, representing GGG, Rattata.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, for the Shopify Rebellion, this is Scarlett.
Aye, here we go. Yeah, what a ZVZ at that. Because it's a mirror matchup, of course, this can go either way. We do recognize Rattata as a very aggressive, borderline cheesy player at times. Oh boy, and Scarlett, she is ready to smooch.
I told you.
Yeah.
Have to get it mega dark in there. Is Rattata, is that a still? Oh, he moved.
Yeah, he's doing his best Starduck impression.
Oh my god, did you see that?
Do
you see the angle on the keyboard? He's like a pianist.
He's
tickling the ivories.
He's doing the maneuver. Also, fun fact, because of this angle, that is not a webcam, that is his phone, 100%.
Oh, true. Yeah. I forgot that. So they have to have, they've told the players, I believe, that everyone has to use camera except Max, I guess.
Yeah,
I've seen this a little bit.
Yeah, cameras are mandatory, so if you don't, he's doing it again. Oh boy, he's crazy. That's him rotating. That's him injecting.
It actually might be.
It could actually be.
Wait, he doesn't have queens. It's definitely not him injecting.
I would say maybe that's him rotating between his camera location hotkeys, which could coincide with injecting. But we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it.
Don't pretend you know anything about that, as we do see both players with the hatch first. So no one really wanting to make the first move here.
Yeah, exactly. No one yet. Just hatch gas pool from both of our players. Nothing too crazy to start things off. Really, the pivotal moments will be when the third bases are being taken, if at all, for some of these players.
Those little sapphires in the middle, sparkling.
Oh, it's
sparkling like sparkling water.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh no.
One of my favorite Kanye lyrics is like, when's the first time they asked you if you want sparkling or still? Why are you trying to act like you're out here drinking sparkling water?
That's a lyric?
Yeah.
What?
He doesn't say it like that, but
Okay,
I just find it funnier that way.
fair enough, fair enough. Oh god. Yeah, I didn't run into that because I just listen to Korean and Spanish music, so I don't know.
Hmm.
But
You've
I
never heard
appreciate.
words in music
No,
before that you
no, I haven't.
understand, except for dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
So you did see the first little
Uh,
divergence in the build. So Scarlett going to be
mhm.
going for an earlier Evo. Looks like Rattata prioritizing getting that Baneling nest up. So what does this mean, Light? Please tell me,
Yeah,
because I
so
don't know.
we've seen this before from a couple of Zerg players, and we've seen Scarlett do it, I believe, the previous time we casted her. Going for the faster Evo Chamber, I believe this is going to be for +1 Carapace. She's skipping her Baneliness to go into a faster Roach Warren. There we go, there is that Carapace. So this is a very, very difficult push that's going to be coming before us. First, Lings, immediately followed by Roaches as well, and this could be devastating.
Yeah, there we go. So it looks like Rattata just making a few of those Banelings as safety Banelings. Doesn't really want to be the first one to put on pressure here, as he does go for his own Carapace, but he doesn't have any Roaches on the way, and he doesn't really have the scouting on Scarlet just yet either.
Yeah, this is very peculiar from Rattata, because what Scarlett's doing is very meta currently in ZVZ. But going for the defensive carapace as well, the responsive carapace from Rattata, is very interesting. We'll see how it plays out. It tells me that eventually he'll be able to tie up those upgrades. It also means that he'll have more favorable Ling Bane engagements.
Yeah, this is interesting that this is where the meta's gone. I remember in the last map pool, it seemed like everyone was doing 2 base openings, but as it kind of shifted away from that.
Oh yeah, exactly. I can't remember who first did this, but regardless, Scarlett is going to be able to overwhelm what little army there is here. One Baneling should finish up here, but the Queen gets surrounded.
Yeah, the Queen's going to go down.
Ooh.
These Lings just skirmishing with those Lings. This is going to keep Rattata busy. It's going to misdirect him as well and just make it so those Roaches hit even harder. If he doesn't have a nice critical mass of Lings to help surround the Roaches, it's going to make them that much more effective.
Oh, exactly. That's also why these Banelings are quite important, because the Lings of Scarlet are designed to protect said Roaches from being surrounded. They are going to be hitting this third base, just waiting for a couple of reinforcements here. Rattata's army is being drawn away.
Yeah, masterfully done by Scarlett there. Just drags the army out of position, and Rattata is going to give up this third base and send a few of these Banelings in to get some splash damage on the Roaches.
Ooh.
Unfortunately for him, it does look like a little bit of miscontrol, but he does get into the natural.
Oh, the wall was not a wall, so it looks like we're going to get a surround on that Queen. The Roaches are going uncontested, though. The Roaches are going to break on through, and we'll see who deals more damage, as Scarlett has reinforcing Lings.
Yeah, Scarlet with the Lings in there to defend. The Roaches kind of jumping around out these walls, but they are going to get on in and start focusing down these Queens. The Lings of Rattata are surrounded, and it looks like Scarlet's going to be taking this one down.
Yeah, exactly. Scarlett, she's able to defend these Roaches across the map, dealing devastating damage. And those Lings, as reinforcements, are now rushing across the map for Scarlett, even morphing in the weakened Roaches into Ravagers.
Yeah, do you see those Ravagers getting morphed in? Unfortunately, the Roaches of Rattata are going to be stopping that from going on through, as he does try to plug the hole against these Lings, but looks like Scarlett is just overwhelming, and she breaks on through.
Yeah, the wall is not a wall. The Roaches of Rattata are getting surrounded. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any Banelings to defend, despite having that nest. Really unfortunate turn of events for him. If you remember, he had a bunch of Banelings defensively at home, but they ran into Roaches, not Lings. They were not where they needed to be, and Scarlett, she's breaking through the natural.
Yeah, Scarlett breaks on through, and she is finally starting to get on top of those drones. 7 of those drones going down. We have had no mining at the third whatsoever for Rattata, and it looks like he is finally going to give up. Scarlett putting Rebellion on match point, and a wry smile as well.
GG, well played. She does take the first game. Yeah, we've seen this build before from Scarlett. She does seem to favor it, especially on Cosmic Sapphire. Rattata had, again, we were talking about it, an interesting response, going for Ling Bane with a later Carapace. It's weird because it makes sense when you're playing against it, when you have Ling Bane versus Ling Bane, but that just doesn't really happen too often anymore. Players rush into Roaches pretty quickly in this matchup nowadays. So yeah, it was interesting from Rattata.
Yeah, for sure. It does look like he was kind of trying to counter just a standard macro style, sit back, be the defensive player, have those defensive Banelings set up and ready to receive, but didn't quite get the right read on what Scarlett was doing there until it was too late.
Yeah, exactly. And by the time he did realize what was happening, his army wasn't quite where it needed to be. He was in the middle of going for that counterattack, if you recall. He needed his lings to try and slow down those roaches, and everything went from bad to worse. And now we are going into Moondance. This is, of course, Rattata's map pick.
Yeah, there we go. So Rattata picking out Moondance. I have to think that he's going to be looking for a bit more of an aggressive strategy.
Oh, exactly. This is the shortest rush distance in the map pool. We wouldn't be too surprised if we saw an early pull from Rattata, but as we are on Moondance, Scarlett, I imagine she should be going for a pool first opener, or maybe even an earlier pool aggression of her own.
Yeah, I do think that it's not too much of a stretch to assume that Rattata would have a 12 pool, a 13-12, that sort of thing in his wheelhouse here. And a 16 pool seems like a pretty safe way to approach things. The other option that I have seen some players doing on Moondance is going for a gasless opening, as you do have that wall at the front, and you can do that 2-base setup and then take your third in the back, and it's safe with the wall at the front. So that's an option as well.
Yeah. Now that you bring it up, I do think that would be a very smart way to approach Rattata, especially because he's up against the wall after a relatively standard game number one, at least when it comes to openers. It would make sense for Rattata to just turn up the aggression. So yeah, I do think that would be strategically a smart thing to do. We'll see. We'll see if Rattata's even aggressive.
Yes, here we go, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Moondance. This is Good Game Gaming's Rattata.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Moondance, representing Shopify Rebellion, we have Scarlett.
Spawning, somewhere on the map.
Yeah,
in a base.
Zerg.
Just put creep there. Whatever.
Shaking my head. As we do see Scarlett's going for a hatch first opener. Very bold here, but does so as Rattata also goes for a hatch first. So yeah, she doesn't get baited into it.
Yeah, the players can't not for our predictions are just going to be going for that hatch first start.
Yeah. So Rattata, she doesn't blink at the game of chicken here. No one throws down an early pool or anything like that. So standard openers all around. And we'll see where things go from here. I'd be surprised if Scarlett goes for that early Evo chamber build again 2 games in a row.
Like, they're going hatch first. They're crazy. They want to die.
They're crazy, Papi. Oh my, where's the gas? Where's the spawning pool? It doesn't make any sense.
It's wrong. They're gonna die.
Wrong. Oh my god.
This wouldn't fly on NA ladder.
No, not on NA, Papi. Not on NA. Oh, he's doing it again. Did you see that?
What? Oh, is he doing the...
He's doing the... Yeah. The maneuver.
the reach around.
Oh no, Papi, no.
He's just reaching around his keyboard. What do you think?
Yeah, he's just reaching. Oh my god, as this is what I think everyone was looking for. Rattata, after taking a loss, is gonna be the aggressor, throws down a very early Evo chamber.
Yeah, so I've watched enough CBZ to know that this is going to be +1 at melee. This is going to be hiding a bunch of lings in the corner of the map. And I'm wrong. So I've seen Mio do this.
What has happened? What? This is crazy. I've seen Mio do this as well. Mio, when he does this, he typically hits like a 1-1 timing. Like, this +1 range finishes, but like it's not really for anything, and he gets another upgrade behind it. But yeah, we'll see.
Crazy.
Do
you reckon he's faking it and he wants it to be scouted?
Maybe.
Is missile cheaper than Carapace? It is, right?
It is cheaper than Carapace, yes. But he's going
he's getting a Roach Warren anyway.
Yeah.
Is it just like, this seems like a really greedy way to go into roaches?
It does. I'm curious if he is indeed going to hit with no, it wouldn't make any sense to hit with +1, but I'm curious if he does try to use that timing.
Or any roaches.
I know.
He just walks a queen across the map with +1.
Yeah, and he's gonna kill an Overlord, mate. He's gonna kill it. Oh my god. But this should be a timing with 1-1. So yeah, this is very interesting. As you said, Mio Maiga has done this. I wonder if Rattata's been watching some Mio builds. Oh my god.
I did see recently that Cyril has been watching the games of Miyamaka
Oh
and sees
my
promise in the 2-base
god.
Hydra against Kronos.
True. Really? That's that. Oh my god, no, the wall's on the wall! Oh my god. Oh.
The roaches have been revealed for Rattata, and we have to see what Scarlett's response is going to be. We see an additional Evo for Rattata actually being thrown down. Scarlett has the Roach Warren, some Spines, Lair on the way as well, so does have the possibility of Muta, but we don't see any extra gases just yet.
Yeah, I like this. We do see a spine crawler being thrown down. Rattata is going to be hitting with +1, by the way. Doesn't have an overwhelming force of roaches, but this is still a threat and is forcing response out of Scarlett.
Yes, we do see these 10+1 roaches charging on in the front. Scarlett gonna get this around Rattata. He was trying to bypass the spine here, but Scarlett actually manages to get this around just in range. Rattata squeezes his way into the corner out of range of the spine, but a lot of these roaches on very low health now.
Yeah, exactly. Rattata is going to be cleaned up here. He wanted to try and surprise his opponents, but unfortunately, there were overlords in the middle of the map, and Scarlett was active with her link, so she saw this coming a mile away. Yeah.
Yeah, Rattata, he kind of backed himself into a corner there. I feel like he was so heavily committed with the +1 that he felt like he had to get in there and do damage. And in his effort to bypass the spine, kind of forced himself to be fully committed with those units.
Yeah. I think maybe we should send him some more Miyamaka replays. Because he did hit his +1 timing, don't get us wrong, but also because it's so early, there aren't that many roaches anyway, and because it was scattered ahead of time, Scarlett was able to prepare. So unfortunately, Rattata does end up investing and losing a lot of resources there. He's forced to back off. He does have a third base that he can start droning, but Scarlett is pushing out.
Let's be honest, Mio wouldn't have made the roaches.
He wouldn't have.
He would have just got +1 missile and not made the roaches. But Scarlett, she has a lot of Ravagers ready. She's going to be breaking it down this wall.
Oh, exactly. The Roach Warren is under threat as well. Aye. By the way, we are Ling flooding behind this. 22 Lings on the horizon here. The Roach Warren does go down, and Scarlett is ready to break into the natural.
Yeah, the wall goes down. This is a lot of Ravagers here. Heavy commitment coming out from Scarlett, but the value of these biles is so strong, and the time has come. The Lings are charging on in there. The wall is not a wall. Big surround on all the units of Rattata.
Oh my god, there we go. With that surround, the biles do connect. Oh, they do get the decent splits there from those roaches, but there's just so much Ling Ravager.
Yeah, we are fighting with the drones. The biles go down on the lava, so the reinforcement being stifled as well, and every single drone going down. Scarlett does turn to the roaches here. They have survived for the most part, and that will mean she has to back off, and we do have a game on our hands.
Yeah, the damage has been done to a certain respect, though. Rattata is now behind in the workers. He does hold on, but he doesn't have a lot of counterattack potential yet. Roach speed just now starting for both of our players, and Scarlett isn't done either. She is flooding even more links.
Yeah, we do see those 1-1 roaches. They did hold fast. They are very sturdy when it comes to playing against those Lings, and looks like Rattata is going to be turning Scarlett back.
Oh, yeah, it does hold the line for the time being, bearing in mind that Scarlett also is on 3 bases, expanding and taking a 4th as we speak, because why the hell not? Rattata will have a moment, though, where he will have +2 missile over Scarlett, so if he's able to stabilize and maybe hit a follow-up timing, there's an opportunity for him.
Yeah, we do see Scarlett is trying to take down this Overlord, a little mini game between the two players as Rattata tries to dodge those out while doing everything else that he has to do. So both players showing off their skill and speed.
Oh, exactly. As that micro battle does go ongoing. We do see that Scarlett, though, in a very healthy drone count, 56 drones is all she needs from this point on forward. She can make roaches, and unfortunately, Rattata was still trying to catch up. Actually, no, he's done with droning. By the way, he's given up on that. Oh my god. Oh wait, okay, there we go.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of indecision there, but we do see those Ravagers getting morphed in. We see +1 still a little ways off for Scarlett, so she's pretty far behind in the upgrades. There is going to be, as you mentioned, a timing where Rattata has 2-1 to the 1-0 of Scarlett, and that could make these Roach fights, if they were otherwise close, pretty one-sided.
Yeah, I'm really concerned with Rattata's droning, essentially, with how he's been utilizing this lava. You were pointing it out, how a little bit indecisive, he was making a lot of roaches and then suddenly a lot of drones, and you know more than I do that, workers earlier on are just so much more impactful as the game does progress. So Rattata is just fighting an uphill battle. He does have an army supply lead, just barely, so maybe he can hit this time with +2.
Oh, beautiful timing with
Oh,
this run by Scarlett. Completely bypasses the army as she sees Rattata committing. And that is going to force Rattata all in. He does have a really nice Roach Force here. The splits are good for Scarlett. The Spine here going to be putting in so much work. And Rattata, he thinks better of it. But Scarlett, she's going to punish him on the retreat.
yeah, exactly. Rattata tries to break into the natural, but he finds a brick wall of roaches. And anti-timing as well as +2 just now finishes after the fight. Ay, ay, ay. And now there's really nothing going his way. Sure, he's got the upgrades, but he just doesn't have the numbers.
Little bit of a move command there as well, and Scarlett snipes down one of the Ravagers, and she's feeling very confident here to take the fight.
Yeah, exactly. Rattata forced to fight as well. There's no turning around from here, but GG gets called, and Scarlett takes game number 2 and the series for Shopify Rebellion.
GG Scarlett, the first of the Rebels. Not to be disappointed with her performance, clutches out this 2-0. Quite happy with herself there, and will get the win for the Shopify Rebellion.
GG, very solid ZVZ coming out from Scarlett. Very interesting builds from Rattata, very unorthodox, especially game number 2. I feel like we could see like the seeds of brilliance being sown there, but just lacking a little bit in the execution, especially after being scouted.
Yeah, and maybe just getting a little bit unlucky with the build matchups, but you know, that's mirror matchups for you. Sometimes you do take that gamble and that's what comes back to bite you, but there we go. Shopify with that win, and we do have that very exciting series coming up for you all.
Oh, exactly. We're going to be going on a short break. When we return, DPG versus On-Side Gaming.
See you soon.